What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Doc Holiday. We back with another HBCU OverDrive live show where HBCUs matter. If you haven't done it by now, please make sure that you like the stream, share, comment, and most of all, subscribe. Become a member of the hottest, livest HBCU show on YouTube right now, y'all. Right now, and yes, it is still my birthday. I don't care. I don't care what going on. I don't care what anybody say. It's still my birthday. All right. You know, like I said this morning, you only celebrate being 43 one time. But other than that, excuse me. Other than that, man, thank y'all for coming in. Thank y'all for uh um giving me those birthday well wishes this morning. I really do appreciate it. Anybody that's want to jump on the stream, I do have it in the chat. Make sure that you tell people to come on to the stream, because basically what this what I call the fifth quarter live, because this is my fifth quarter show. Basically, it's basically a post game show. It is a live show. We basically pretty much I recap everything from today, what I saw, what I observed, even though I was at work. And then also I would basically break down most of everything from the Jackson State game that was played earlier today. So I'm just letting everybody know I did watch the game. I watched it on my phone while I was at work, and while people was coming in after that ass whooping that the Longhorn, the Oklahoma Sooners took from those Longhorns today at the Cotton Bowl. Woo-wee. I ain't never seen that many. I'm telling y'all, I've never seen that many depressed Oklahoma fans in my life. You can't come around me talking about 49-0. 49-0. All right, man, let me see you coming up in here. What's going on, my brother?
Happy birthday, my brother. Happy birthday.
Thank you, man. Thank you. You got an echo in
Okay,
your
hold on one
background.
sec. Hold on. Yeah, hold on one second. Let me straighten this out. Got it. Yeah,
So
man. I watched that game. Man, I was up. I was down. I was all around the
it,
place.
if
I
y'all watch
wasn't worried that
if
I
y'all
wasn't worried
watch
that
that
they were.
game, was that
I wasn't worried that they were going to lose, but I didn't like the manner that they played. You know what I mean? And you got to give credit to ASU. We have to give credit to them. You know what I mean? They played their hearts out as their homecoming. A lot of chatter during the week and so on and so forth. But I think Coach Prime basically at the beginning, I didn't agree with him going to fourth down at the beginning of the game. Kick the. You got great defense. I understand. He relies on his defense, and which he should because they're a great defense. But kick the ball deep, pin them, and you would have a better opportunity.
I agree with you on that, but we're gonna get into the games from earlier today. Oh, so man, look, I think I took a swing and miss on some of my picks from this morning. We're gonna start in at MEAC. Who would have thought that Norfolk State go up to Baltimore and beat Morgan State like they did on Morgan State's homecoming? Okay, like they did. Like, who would have thought they would have came in? Because they was up 17. They was up 17-0 when I first saw the game. Now, don't get me wrong about Morgan State. Morgan State has a good team. They have a decent quarterback, but that running back, Alfonso Graham, boy, y'all got a gem in him. He had over 200 yards rushing with one touchdown. Y'all got a beast in him, and I think y'all should have utilized him more. But also, my whole thing is you need to open up that passing game for your team, so you could take some of that pressure off off your running backs and your quarterback. Okay. But Norfolk State needed this win because hey, you wanted 5. You just started conference play. You want to make sure you want to shake back and make sure that you can get through conference play. They have over 300 yards 380, 384 in total offense. 2 rushing TDs, 1 passing TD, and it wasn't from the starting quarterback. It's crazy. But Norfolk State, that's a good win that they got today from Dawson Oldham. Make sure when you come in like the string, wipe your feet like the string. All right. But we kind of they needed this game. They needed this game like I don't know what. But Norfolk State, you get your first win. And the next game you play is on Saturday on the 15th against Delaware State. That's a 1:00 kickoff on ESPN Plus. So Delaware State, Norfolk State. Hopefully y'all get this win going. Morgan State, you coming in. You have the Thursday night game, which is on ESPN2, 6:30 kickoff against North Carolina Central. That should be a good game coming up. A great game coming up. Man, that's crazy, Mike. Man, you got to play all 4 quarters. You got to play all 4 quarters. You're right. You got to play all 4 quarters. We can't go in there half stepping. All right. All right. Old MEAC foes. Now one is in the SWAC, the other one stays in that conference y'all call the MEAC. FAMU goes into South Carolina State with the win, with the dub, 20-14. Now I did kind of tune into this game. I think FAMU was leading 17-0 at halftime. Now, what I don't know what happened from the second half on, what the heck going on with the play calling from Willie Simmons. Because if you're up 17-0 at halftime, you're not supposed to let these boys come back into the game. All right. Now Musa had some pretty pedestrian numbers. I ain't gonna say pedestrian, but normal numbers: 17-38, 266, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. That's the only knock about Musa. You want to cut his interceptions down. You want to cut the turnovers down. FAMU has no type of rushing offense, so if I'm Willie Simmons, my whole thing is scrap the run, throw the ball. You have to throw the ball. And if MEAC, if you think I'm lying about that, tell me I'm lying in the chat. But you have to throw the ball. You have to throw the ball. You got the receivers. You have to throw the ball. Even if you really think about it, if you run an air raid type system in front with your running back, you throwing the ball to your running back is like an extended handoff to him. So you might need to start doing that. Might need to change up your running style because you have 2 big backs that are pretty much the same. Both of them are over 230 pounds. They're pretty much the same. They're north-south runners. You need somebody that can go east-west, that can go sideline to sideline. You need speed. Now, don't get me wrong. McLeod and Jennings do have speed, but they are just big backs. They like to take the punishment. Xavier Smith, over 100 yards receiving, 1 touchdown. Hey man, that's what you get from your leader receiver. Now, South Carolina State. Okay, Corey Fields, man, look, 48 attempts for 237 yards. 48 attempts for 17 48, 237, 2 TDs, 3 interceptions. South Carolina State has no running game. They have no running game whatsoever. And basically, you got to get your ball to your playmaker, which is Shaq Davis. Shaq Davis, 6'5", 6'5", 215. You don't teach that. You don't teach that. Not on the perimeter. You don't teach that. You don't teach that, man. I'm gonna see who this is right here. What's going on, man?
What up?
What up, Will? What up? Hey, congratulations on the wedding, bro. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Man, we're going through this MEAC stuff. You're going through the MEAC games from earlier today.
I just heard you mention Corey Fields 17 of 48. South Carolina State is never going to win a game where Corey Fields has to throw the ball 48 times.
No.
Never. That's not his game.
Because basically, you really think about it, they went away from the run. You taking the run out, you taking your meat and potato, which is Kentrell Flowers, you getting away from the run because you playing catch up.
You told me.
It's the same thing. It's the same way Prairie View. And then Brian Johnson was on my show, bro. He was on my show the other day. For Prairie View, if they get down a lot, then they're not built to win the game. Like
they're not built to win the game. We're gonna get into PV too, man. What you think about that, Brian? What you think about South Carolina State throwing the ball 48 times?
Well, you know, right away when I was just looking at the stats, you got 3 INTs. You lose the battle of turnovers. You know what I mean? It's like you said, they got a great wide receiver in Davis. You know, what do they call him? Little Megatron.
Mm-hmm.
And he's only getting, you know, how many times was he thrown the ball? 5 times? That's not enough. You got to feed him the ball.
Yeah.
Just think how much better that guy would be if Corey Fields was semi-accurate.
Oh yeah, if he's semi-accurate, like he's gonna be a problem. But the thing is that I feel like you have to change. You got to change the play calling out. You got to change it. You have a decent. You have a good decent O lineman. You have a good enough running back. Like it's time to take that pressure off of Corey Fields because I think Corey Fields can't handle it. He cannot handle it. Mike said,
what kind of offense are they running?
What's that?
What kind of offense are they running?
Man, they kind of run they run everything out of the shotgun, but it's more of a pro style offense. It really, Buddy Pugh want to have it his way. He have his quarterbacks playing from under the center.
Yeah. Not too many teams doing that these days.
Not too many teams doing that. You don't see a lot of teams unless you're a legit, straight up option running team, pretty much.
They better figure something out because this is the same thing that happened to them last year. And Coach Prime did it today, but he did this in the Celebration Bowl today. I mean, he did this in the Celebration Bowl last year where he went for it on 4th and such a couple of times. And it gave South Carolina State confidence. And Corey Fields got hot in the second half because he started off like he typically is, a 50% passer. And then all of a sudden,
less than a 50% passer. That's the thing. He's less than 50%. He averages 44% on passes this season. And that's something that you can't do in college football.
So
unless, like I said, you are a straight downhill option running type team. So we still got some scores going on right now. Alcorn versus Mississippi Valley. Alcorn is at halftime 14-7. Tennessee State is up on Bethune by 24, 34-10. They are in the third quarter. So we're gonna go to it was my first toilet bowl game, which was Grambling versus Alabama A&M. That was a 37-31 affair with Alabama A&M coming out on top in overtime. I think they went into 2 overtimes on this game right here.
Double overtime.
I feel like with the play of Grambling right now, even though I said you have to win the game to get that G back on your helmet, the way that they played in this game, I kind of would commend them. They still can't throw the ball worth the damn. they really can't throw the ball worth the dang. And it's good that you got Maurice Washington, but it was basically the defense. Defense kept them in this game. Offense, you just have to do what you can to make sure that you don't fumble the ball.
But the quarterback went 8 for 17. 8 for 17, they're not throwing the ball at all.
But you gotta realize too, he's a freshman. He's a freshman quarterback. So he's gonna get that freshman, you know what I'm saying, that freshman look. And they'll just do a lot of different looks on him on as far as on defense. But I think Langford went out for the. I think he went out in the game. So you had Quincy Casey, who was a transfer from Jackson State, 17-25, 188, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. You got Eaglin, basically had 126 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. So basically, Alabama A&M played ball control offense. I mean, it was pretty much even on both sides. It was just basically, I don't know. They were just going back. To me, they was going back and forth because I kind of turned off this game for a second. When I was looking at it, I turned it off, and I was checking on the other game. I was checking on Texas OU. Lord Jesus. Lord Jesus. Somebody help them boys. Hey, Will, somebody help them boys from Oklahoma, cuz.
Hey man, OU, Lincoln Riley, he left them boys with shambles.
Hey, I was hearing some words, boy. It was a lot of fans that came into my store, and they was telling me the reason why he went to USC. They said his wife was the deciding factor. And is the only deciding factor. She wanted to live the glamorous life.
Sometimes that's how it go, man.
All right, everybody, come on in, wipe your feet, like the stream. I got my guy Brian Johnson all the way from Canada. I got my boy Will between the game sports. Check his show out, man. He's good with the content as far as with the basketball. Him and hoop jargon, and with Raw Truth DJ. They all good guys, so y'all check him out. But with Alabama A&M come out with their second win in a row. Grambling has lost 5 in a row. 5 in a row. It's something that you can't do.
Well, hey, Will, they lost. Not only lost to G, they're looking for Vanna White to buy more vowels.
Man, it's just sometimes you have seasons like this, and unfortunately, it's Hugh Jackson's first season, man. And they both of those teams needed a win today. They both were 1-4. Grambling on the road, you get a chance. Like if you win this game, you still you're only 2 games out of second or first place or something like that. And it just happened to be Coach Maynard needed this win too because he was in the hot seat.
Oh yeah, he needed this real bad. Cause like I said, you can't go into that class. You can't go to the Magic City Classic with one win on you because it ain't gonna look good. Even though you're gonna sell that classic out, it does not look good for you, man. So I'm glad they got the win. Now we're gonna be on the next toilet bowl game. Texas Southern versus versus Pine Bluff. Texas Southern comes out with the win 24-17. I said this morning, the defense for TSU has to make Skylar Perry one-dimensional. You have to turn Skylar Perry into an actual pocket passer. He is not that. He is not that type of guy. He is not that type of dude. He went 13 for 29, 76 yards, and 1 interception. He is not that dude. But he did have 42 yards on the ground. So I can't fault him for that. But he is not that dude. It is time for Doc Gamble to make that QB change because Skylar Perry is not that guy for you. I understand you want the experience behind you, but he is not that guy for you. And also, I also said this, and I've been saying this from when they played Oklahoma State. after they played Oklahoma State, they went down to Alcorn. They have not came back from that. It is in a this is something in their mind. This is in their psyche. They have not came back from that. Javon Williams, a lot of SWAC people showing their true prejudice about outsiders today and wonder why the conference ain't went nowhere. I don't.
Man, we got to remember as Black folks, man, we are scared of change. We are scared of something new, especially the older generation. Sometimes they don't want to. They want to keep things the same, but we're in 2022. We can't keep things the same. We have to move forward and appreciate what's happening with this movement, man, and take it for what it is. This is a brand new movement for a lot of folks, so folks need to be enjoying this because
y'all know we were gonna have it again.
Yeah, exactly, man. So we have to appreciate. We have to live in the moment of things that are brand new sometimes, especially and it's moving in a positive direction. Man. I don't see what's the big gripe from folks, but how we are, man. Sometimes, especially folks.
So other than that, Texas Southern comes out with the win. Like I said, Andrew Body. I'm glad that they trying to take the dang on training wheels off this guy because they need to. He needs to be dynamic for this team to even get somewhere. Coming out 21, 33, 211, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, had 55 yards on the ground. They are who they are. They are a basically a RPO team with a good and steady defense. The only problem to me, I feel like that they have is that that the play calling the play calling is elementary. I'm not a football player. And I tell everybody, I'm not a football player. I played in the band when I was in school. You know what I'm saying? I ain't get that chance to play football. I wanted to, but brother had 2 left feet, have asthma, and was skinny of all outdoors. But just by learning the game, by my uncle teach me the game and everything like that, my uncles and my cousins and all that teach me the game like that when I was younger, when I was little. I know when somebody's going to run the ball, and I know when you're going to pass the ball. I'm looking at it. I'm just looking at the placement of the quarterback, how the linemen are in their stance, and where the receivers are. Is one on the line, one off the line. If you got 2 tight ends in the set, what are you doing? I know, in a sense, I kind of know what's going on. I shouldn't have to predict before you even break a huddle that you about to go for a run, and you got the defense stacking the box with 6, 7, 8 guys, and they dare you to throw the ball. Come on now. I shouldn't have to figure that out. As as a football fan. So oh shoot. As Texas Southern goes, as everybody goes, Texas Southern goes. That's point blank simple. As everybody goes, Texas Southern goes. It's good that I get this win because like I said, it's kudos to Texas Southern for even scheduling 2 FBS teams put them on a schedule, and to one game, they waited too late to start their offense. That was against UNT. It did the other game when they played UTSA. They started off playing inspired ball, but then they faltered and they let mistakes get in their way. So Texas Southern has a bye week coming up. They will be on the road at Alcorn on the 22nd. That's a 2:00 kickoff. Their game is on ESPN Plus. So get them boys rested. Get whoever's injured. Make sure everybody get healthy, and then y'all got basically y'all got your hands kind of full because all corners like the Spurs. They win boring. You know what they about. You know what they're
Don't matter
about.
how you win, though.
Huh?
Don't matter how you win.
Don't matter how you win it. You know what they're about. They're about their action. So
You rather win ugly than lose pretty.
Exactly.
they look Alcorn loves to win ugly if they really want to. How you doing, Miss Veronica? They like to win ugly. They don't care. As long as they get their W, because Coachman there do not care how they win. They can win in the shootout or they can win ugly. My first game of the week, Southern versus Prairie View. Now, I did predict this morning that Prairie View was going to win. I did watch a little bit of this game, and when I watched it, it was 13-13. It was tied. It was tied up. It was 13-13. It was tied up in the third quarter. What I saw, and then Southern just goes on go berserk in the third or fourth quarter. Especially the fourth quarter. They went completely berserk in the fourth quarter. Now, Brian, we can get on to Prairie View. Oh man, let's get the QB numbers. Trayvon Conley went 16 for 28, 160 yards, 1 TD, 1 interception. Also had 46 yards on the ground. As a team, they rushed for 161 yards on 35 carries, but they didn't get to the end zone running the ball. So, like I said with Prairie View,
they had a lead at halftime.
We're going to get into that. What's that?
They had a lead at halftime.
They had a lead at halftime.
They were up 13. Yeah, they were up 13-10.
Go to the
now,
world.
This is something that I think Dooley knows about his previous team that he actually coached. He does, in effect, all's fair in love and war. And I know he loves PV, but he's at Southern, and he knows that quarterback Conley is not the type of person that's going to pass the ball. Plus, Southern brought back Jason Dumas came back today. You had the dudes on the line. Trey Lane is a man amongst boys. Greyhouse is on that same defensive line, and you still got Jordan Lewis. Even though I am questionable about Jordan Lewis, I question Jordan Lewis. Like the sacks that he get, I kind of question it. But with Southern's offense today, Brashawn McCray, 16 to 22, 275, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, which that is good because when he does not turn the ball over, they are a force to be reckoned with. He was also the leading rusher for the team with 85 yards rushing with 2 TDs on his own. So he had over 360 yards of total offense by himself with 4 TDs altogether. As a team, they ran for thank you, man. Thank you. As a team that ran for 187 yards, they total 3 touchdowns. So overall, they had 5 touchdowns all together. Hey, I said this morning, Brashawn McCray, do you want to be are you a runner or are you a passer? Which one do you want to be? And I guess he made me shut my mouth. It told me I'm both. So
yeah, he had a really good game today. I caught a little bit after the first half. and they would just start and just unload on Prairie View.
All
Prairie
right.
didn't look good at all.
All right now. So what everybody come here for? We came here to talk about Jackson State, Alabama State. Jackson State, Alabama State. Now, make sure y'all like the stream coming in. Wipe your feet and like the stream. All right. Jackson State versus Alabama State. I knew I was being facetious when I said we'll beat them by 60, but I know damn well, because it's Alabama State, that they have a defense out of this world. I'm just thinking about their offense. The offense can't move the ball. I mean, they can move the ball, but they don't score enough. So from the first quarter, now we can get into it. Now we get into it, Brian. First quarter, 4th down. I'm playing percentage. I'm not going for it.
No.
I'm not going for it. Not on 4th down. I'm kicking. I'm punting the ball. I'm punting the ball and trying to pin them deep. Why? Because you have a top 5 FCS defense behind you that was ready to jump in the game because their ear was pinned back. They was ready. They was ready. Everybody watched that game, or you was at the game, y'all know their defense was ready.
And you got to think. The thing also is, when you're playing on the road like that, and the other team gets a stop, all you're doing is hyping up their own crowd. So you're just giving them a little bit of momentum. You pin them back, try to take the crowd out the game. And I don't have to tell Coach Prime how to coach, because he forgot more than I know. But I just think that was just a bold decision. And if you're playing at home, you can do that because you have the crowd behind you. As far as defensively, also, you know what I mean. The crowd getting in the game at the Veterans Stadium. But you're playing on the road, homecoming, all the talk that's been going on through the week. They stop. They're so hyped after that. So you know what? You're putting your defense in not a vulnerable position, but you're not putting them in a good position, especially at the beginning of the game.
Right. So you're giving them ammo. I'm telling you, you was giving Alabama State ammo. What they do, they came out and they pretty much scored the first time in the first quarter. They was ready. They was ready for that offense. And the way that Alabama State basically called that defense, I loved it. And like I said, I'm gonna tell y'all the reason why I loved it. Y'all know I'm a J State. I'm J State all day, every day. The reason why I loved it is because that's gonna show how resilient Shedeur was gonna be. You know what I'm saying? So if he, how you gonna bounce back from getting knocked on your ass? This is one tough defense. And this week, you can't take no plays off. But it was a tough defense. Second quarter, we up 10-6. So there's a lot of things to come out of this game right here. The defense, the blitzes that Bama State was bringing, like 5, 6, sometimes 7, and had 4 in the backfield playing. Pretty much, they were playing zone. They weren't even playing man. They were playing zone most of the game. They want these boys they don't want the receivers to beat them. But Alabama State, I'm gonna go ahead, man. Look, Demetrius Davis started the game out 6 for 9, 60 yards with 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Really didn't have to do too much with his feet, but he was being harassed by the defense. That's the reason why he ended up with 5 carries for -5 yards. So he was being harassed by the defense. Now, you have a 3-headed running back, what they call an earth, wind, and fire. So Santo Dunn, Jawan Howell, and Ja'Cory Merritt. You have a 3-headed running back system, earth, wind, and fire. I would have used them more running the ball to kind of trying to soften up that interior defense, the interior part of the defense. And try to do play action passing. But the problem is the quarterbacks, I ain't saying that they ain't good, because Demetrius Davis is good, but he is injury prone. Miles Crawley is not the type of person that is mobile. So when he came into the game, he had 10 of 17, 78 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception. He is not that guy. That's the reason why Demetrius Davis became the starter at the beginning of the year. Overall, as far as the defense play calling and some of the play calling that they did on the offense, I give Bama State a C minus, only because you got 12 points and you basically missed a lot. You missed 2 extra points and a field goal. You missed an extra point in the field goal. So that would have been, so you missed the extra point, so that would have been 7. Then you missed a field goal, that would have been 3. Really, that game supposed to be 26, probably 26, 26-16. If you really think about it, because of what they missed. Then you got that bullcrap phantom the bullcrap phantom touchdown that really wasn't a touchdown. That was not a touchdown. Now you ain't supposed to move the ball forward. You can't. That wasn't a touchdown. Should have took that off the board. Because there's a lot of it was a lot of calls in this game that I really questioned. And we're going to get into some of those questionable calls right there. But for Jackson State, man, Sivion Wilkinson, 19 carries, 88 yards, over 4.5 yards a carry. Feed that boy the ball. You know what type of game this was going to be. There was a game where Bama State said, even though it's our homecoming, we're going to bring our lunch pail to the table. We're going to bring our lunch pail to the job. That's the kind of game they were playing today. Willie Gaines was the leading receiver for 4 for 65 with 1 TD. I feel like Shador was targeting Willie from the too much in the beginning, where he could have kind of spread, like, you got maybe 9 best receivers, and Malachi didn't even play today. But there's one thing I did like about this. They did use the tight end because DJ Stevens had 52 yards receiving. So that's more than what we did last season with our tight ends. And no offense to my boy Kylan Ritchie, because he's a guy. Even a guy because for one, he went to Jackson State. 2, he went to CD Hill, my alma mater, in high school. But it's a good thing that we use the tight end. You got to take that pressure off of Shador. That's the main thing. That's the main thing that you need to do as a team. Try to take pressure off of number 2. when you take pressure off of him, especially when it comes to running the ball, that's what you need to do. Now, Shador did end up 30 for 46, 332, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. That 1 interception, I think they kind of did a bait and switch on him. It was like a junk ball they threw up. And when I looked at the reaction from Coach Sanders, he really didn't get into him, but I guess he said, "What did you see out there on the field?" And, what did you see out there? And Shador had to explain to him what he saw, and basically go out there, make sure the defense do their job, not to let them score. 3 yard, three downs and out. Kick the ball back to him. Go out there, atone for your mistake. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, but what happened on that play? He left. He broke the pocket, and he could have ran and just slid. And then after he seen Powers, and Powers just like he threw the ball, and he anticipated Powers just running a little bit, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean. And then after he threw it over his head, and it's because Shador. You see, that's the thing is with all these receivers, which are talented, but how many do get on the same page? And it's still taking time to get them on the same page because for a simple reason, sometimes lacks a little continuity. And so, he could have just ran, but we know Shador's a pass first kind of QB. And so if he would have ran instead, it would have been fine. Also, it was just unfortunate play, but something that he'll definitely learn from.
Right.
But even back with the wide receivers, we were talking about, they definitely need Weidman in the lineup. They definitely need Weidman having that outside threat, the height, the leaping ability, the red zone ability. They definitely need Weidman.
Yeah. Kind of stretch the field out. You got to stretch it out.
Powers dropped a couple that could have had.
Yep, they could have had. I'm kind of paying attention to this Bethune-Cookman Tennessee State game. Jalen Jones is having a horrible game passing the ball, but damn it, 8 carries for 121 yards rushing and 1 touchdown. Hey, do what you got to do, my guy. Shoot, you got to run the ball to win the game. Do what you got to do. And with Tennessee State, you see the reason why they needed those 2 guys back into the game for today. If not, they weren't gonna win, and because they need to get it to they got to get it to the OVC play, and try to make something happen. But I'm just going through the games, just trying to check on games right now that's still being played. Alcorn is still up 14-7 against Mississippi Valley. Now this game is at Valley, and I tell everybody, we all say everybody, Valley's field is their 12th man. They got a nice size. I'm looking on my phone. They got a nice size crowd today for Valley. Valley Alcorn is they bring some people out. But
didn't Valley get a new field?
I don't know if they got a new field, but it did something. But I don't think they did anything to it.
Because remember at the beginning of the year when Coach Prime went down, and he said we got to get Valley a new field. So I thought that, or did they get a new practice field? But I thought they're trying to get him a new field because
I think they more like got a new. I probably think they more got a new practice field, but I don't know if they got a new actual field. But if they did, hey, it's still good because they deserve it. They need it. Who got? Hey, you say he better get in line. Hey, man, y'all tripping, y'all tripping tonight. But from what I, some other things that I saw with the game tonight for today, with the game today, it's crazy because you really think about it, they do turn up in the second half. Jackson State do turn up in the second half. So, yeah, go ahead, bro. What up, Maurice? What up, Maurice? What's going on? Hey, they do play. They do. Sometimes I feel like they play down their competition, but you know these are kids. At the end of the day, these are still kids. So,
But we can't take nothing from ASU. Their defense, like you said, was stellar. Their
yeah,
defense was stellar,
I love. I
and
love. Go ahead. Go
and
ahead.
and some, and you know what? When they were showing 6-7, that's where you know what, your screen game's got to be a better game. Your screen draw play, those are things that can basically make the defensive team be a little bit hesitant, especially when you get burned a couple times. You know, as far as like that, sometimes you when you're already in the shotgun and you drop back another 2-3, so your 7-yard drop. It's just, and the offensive line was terrible today. You know, they at one time when Shador got sacked, Martin didn't do as a running back. He didn't do a good job picking up the block. That's why I like Silver Wilkinson so much better, because he picks up the block, he can run, he can catch, and he's just he should be getting more playing time. And you know, even though Martin got a touchdown, you know, a swing pass, which is great,
Mm-hmm.
but Wilkinson's got to be the guy getting most of the snaps.
Yeah, you got to be. You
In
got
my
to
opinion.
get the meat and the potatoes of the runs. AP asked me. Oh, I'm bringing my boy Sean in here, man. AP asked me. He said, "If Dion is a swag, doesn't that mean that the players, Bama State wants to transfer from PWIs to their team will never be swag? Coach Robinson a mess. Explain that to me, Sean."
You ain't swag, homie. Hold on.
Hey, Sean.
What's going on, bro? How you doing?
Good, brother.
Oh Lord.
I'm not on my stream. Never mind. I can't. Man, I was trying to show my fair use. Almost like a little. My bad. I was trying to share my fair use act.
Uh-huh.
So that you know, not that you're gonna get dinged because you're not, but just so because I sent it to you, but you ain't never put it up.
Oh, I still got it. I always put it up when I kind of go finish up the shows and stuff.
Oh, okay.
No, we got it. Well, I got you.
What I want you to do is, you know, on StreamYard where you can create a slide.
Uh-huh.
I'm getting off track for a minute for a reason.
No, you good.
You can create the slide and attach those words into a slide, and at the beginning of the stream, you can play it in case you did want to share a video.
Uh-huh.
You have fair use because you're using it for several purposes.
Yeah.
Reporting news, criticism, commentary, teaching, or scholarship.
Okay.
So as long as we're within the realm of the conversation and we're dealing what we're dealing with, we have fair use. Plus, this channel ain't monetized.
No, it ain't monetized yet.
Right. So that's why I be streaming the games.
See. Hey,
mine ain't monetized, but I stream the games.
Hey, it is what it is, bro.
Yeah, I stream the game. So look, your boy holler out. I can play the audio. I can play the
audio. I just put my fair use on there.
Yeah. So check this out right here. I'm gonna play the audio. So this from let's hear what. Hold up. First, we got to put context into it. Almost like hold up. I can't do none of that. Let me get the press conference. Let me get the press conference. We got to put this. We gonna make it clear today.
Today we're gonna get this shit right today.
Right. Talking about some who SWAC. Yeah. You ain't SWAC, Prime. You ain't SWAC, he SWAC. Okay. So here I go with the audio. Shout out to Cut Day, because he ran it ASAP. So we're giving credit to Cut Day.
All right.
Well, I guess me being up front is just like I thought it was a lot of disrespect the whole week. And so you're not going to be disrespectful the whole week in the media. We didn't talk in the pregame. I was out there the whole time at the 50-yard line. He walked through our whole our whole huddle on our end zone. He came a long way around to get to his side of the field in the pregame. Thought that wasn't classy at all. And so in the postgame, I'm not about to give you the Obama bro up. You know, I'm going to shake your hand. I'm going to go on. I'm going to always be respectful and respect the game. You know, you got the great guys, W.C. Gordons, Eddie G. Robinsons, those guys, Reno Castle. I'm living on the shoulders of the SWAC. He ain't SWAC. You know, I'm SWAC. So he's in the conference doing a great job. Can't knock that. Got a great team. Son should be up for the Heisman Trophy winner. I love Shador. Great player. I love what he's doing for the conference. Probably one of the best things we had since that Steve McNair when he was in there. Love all that. But you're not going to come here and disrespect me and my team and my school and then want to bro hug. Shake my hand and get the hell on. Period. You got the W. Great job. I hope he comes back next year. I pray he don't get a Power 5 job. We can play them next year in Jackson. And I pray they put us for their damn home.
Coach, would you describe it? Were you just trying to pull away from his handshake there?
Yeah, I'm just pulling away. I mean, we handshaked and that was it. I mean, it ain't no need for no embrace. You know, we ain't friends. He ain't never called me. I ain't never called him. Great player. Shit, everybody want to goddamn be prime time as a little kid. All right, great player, all that. Played against him, got tons of respect for the guy. Doing a great job as a coach, but you can't do all that stuff all week. And then you come back, put your backup quarterback, and you want to run a hitch and go to try to put more points on the field. Shit's disrespectful. Game was out of line, 26-12, 40 seconds left. We had no timeouts. Take a damn knee. You want to try to run a hitch and go. So we started blitzing. We're going to knock him out of the game too. So that's how we got to play. I mean, it ain't no quarters given. So you want to do that, don't come with me and try to bro hug me like we're friends. We ain't friends. You didn't shake my hand before the game. Why you shaking my hand after the game? Period. That's it.
All right. So now
Hold on there. Hold on there. Because that sound like Eddie Robinson Jr. when he played with the Oilers and the Titans back in the day.
I don't buy into that.
But I ain't gonna buy into it, but it sounds like it though. But
so let's break that down. So
break it down. Let's break it down because we already did the breakdown on the game.
Here's the issue. He said he took the long way coming into the game, came through his team's his kids huddle and shit like that. Right? He was adamant about that. He didn't speak to him pregame, wasn't no shaking or talking or anything like that. Right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's a couple of strikes within the first realm of that, right?
Right.
It's the first few strikes. Then after that, he says, you know, the game over, such and such seconds left, and you try to go for, you know, another touchdown or whatever. Just run the damn ball, get the game over with. You won the game, right?
Right.
Then you want to come up and give me the Obama hug. I ain't your bro. We ain't friends like that. I don't talk to you. You know what I'm saying? All of that. So you know, you did all of that shit during the week. You know what I'm saying? And then you want to come out here and act like you ain't said nothing. Well, let's stop right there.
Mm-hmm.
Did he ever attack Eddie Robinson?
No, he didn't attack him.
No. I'm just be honest. I need be unbiased.
I mean, right? As far as when the coaches conference and the press conference that he had with the school, I didn't see him disrespect Coach Robinson.
He's never said a negative word about any other coaches in the SWAC, even when Maynard took a shot at him.
Yeah.
You know, now, all right. So the drama that transpired before Eddie Robinson takes the job was on the last coach. You know what I mean? The distaste.
Donahue Ely.
Ely. He puts pride. He had, you know, and that stadium, whoever's coordinating in that stadium,
mm-hmm.
they had that image.
Yeah, from last year, spring season.
Spring season, they put it up. That was just last year. They put it up on the scoreboard.
Mm-hmm.
When they put it up on the scoreboard, there was also a message that followed behind that.
Yep.
They were told to soak their feelings, go back home and soak my foot up out your behind. But it was in reference to saying, soak up in this. You take this L. We just put our foot in your ass.
Yep.
Go home, soak it up and send me my shoe back. Along those lines. So that was extra motivation for his return to Alabama. Right? So now Deion is not SWAC. So Eddie Robinson is drawing a line in the sand to say this guy is not a SWAC coach at all. Whatever the hell that shit means. He's not a SWAC coach. Eddie Robinson says he is SWAC, and that's that on that. All right. Now, hold on. I know do y'all want to say anything?
Well, he's just trying to differentiate everything from not saying he's not SWAC. That's just, he's just bitter. That's just bitter.
Right. So here's the response.
Considering the static that did happen after this game today, is this further motivation for you and your team?
You need nobody to motivate me, dog. My mama working 2 jobs to make ends see each other was motivation. You know, me being a great father, when one of my fathers was a drug addict, a drug addict, and my other father was an alcoholic, that was my motivation. Seeing no one really come out of Fort Myers, Florida, that was my motivation. This? Oh, baby, you gotta get a line. I wake up motivated. I wake up trying to bless somebody, inspire somebody, encourage somebody, help somebody, motivate somebody, get somebody to the next level. You know? And somebody had the audacity to sit up here and say what I ain't. But baby, I know what I am. And I am a whole lot of things that a lot of folks would like to be. Oh, Brian, preach!
All right, now, anybody got something to say to part one of his response?
Nah, I don't have written to my say about that. I mean, I feel like what he said, the way he's saying it, putting it in context is that, background, but then too, that he wasn't trying to come out there for that. He all about love. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's about the respect. To me, it's about the respect of the game.
Right.
But
Okay.
also what he's saying, he doesn't need something like that to motivate him. He's already motivated.
Right.
So he doesn't need that to be motivated. And I think sometimes people lose the big picture. They don't understand the big picture. He's trying to elevate everybody in HBCU. It's like, it's almost like Jerry Jones from the Dallas Cowboys, which he was the owner that signed Prime Time. Great marketer. Prime knows what he's doing every time. Prime is playing chess, and these guys are still playing checkers.
All right. Go to the second part, Sean.
All right.
One of the comments that kind of disturbed me out of all the comments, that I'm not SWAC. Who is? I got time today. Who is SWAC? If I ain't SWAC, who is SWAC? If I ain't SWAC, who is SWAC? If I ain't SWAC, who is SWAC? Baby, who is? One more. One of the.
Okay, so who is SWAC?
Who is SWAC? Hell, the last time I checked, I thought Jackson State and Alabama State was SWAC. They just the coaches. You know what I'm saying? They pretty much the CEOs of the team. But what I will say is on that, it's kind of like what that old way, like you said, the old way of thinking is. Like, I don't care if if I ain't coach a SWAC game, I ain't go to a SWAC school or anything like that. I know who I am. And I know why I came, you know what I'm saying? I know why I came here, and I came here for a purpose. But you're not gonna sit here and just try to belittle me like that. Come on now. Like that right there just don't make no type of sense right there. Like, who's SWAC? You SWAC, you not SWAC. Bro. You was a real estate agent before you became a head coach. You have no type of coaching experience. At least I can say about Dion, the man got coaching experience. Hell, he coached his sons in high school. He coached a, you know what I'm saying? He got one of the largest youth football teams in the country. Next to Snoop. Come on now.
Coached Under Armour.
Come on now. Oh my God. Bro, I'm going to just say it like this. Take this L. Take this foot in your ass. Come see me next year. And what's going to happen next year is going to be the same shit next season. We're going to put a foot in your ass and send you back to Montgomery.
It's going to be worse.
My question is, would Eddie Robinson Jr. even coach if the SWAC if it wasn't for the notoriety of Prime?
Yeah, because it was a buddy hire.
Yeah, because his buddy, the AD is his frat brother.
Go ahead, Sean.
No. Go ahead, because I want to add on to the point Doc was making.
What I was saying is, yes, the AD is his frat brother and stuff like that. But they from last year, and just as my own self observation, the popularity of the SWAC has grown tremendously, as you guys can attest to. So, in saying that, you know, you're going to get a coach or get a person that's kind of has a connection with you, and also he was alumni of ASU. So, you know what? Hey, man, if things are really, really popping right now, come on and coach for me. So it's still a Prime effect.
Yeah. Here's the thing for me with the who's SWAC and who's not SWAC. First of all, when you look at SWAC conference is under a historically black a group of historically black colleges that formulated a conference. Correct. Historically black colleges.
And guess what? All of them except for one was ran by the church.
There you go. So Deion Sanders is a coach at a what? Historically black college.
Yep.
Okay. Which happens to be SWAC. Now, every kid in the SWAC knows who Deion Sanders is and has emulated themselves in some shape, form, or fashion into a mini Deion Sanders. If you play receiver, if you play corner, if you play safety, if you played the skill positions that I just named, one of the people that you looked at was a prime time.
Yeah.
That was the case. Now that we got that out of the way, this is more so about Eddie Robinson's feelings toward. Is it more so toward the end of the game? Because what if he just did run out the clock? Would you have given him the bro hug then? If that was the biggest deal, or was it really all the things that were said, like why make us a homecoming? It's gonna be this, it's gonna be that. If anything, it brought more attention to your school, that game, and more eyes on it. It drove up the attention because people wanted to pay for it, look at it, see it. Oh, this gonna be a good game. Mm-hmm. Now to add to it, the O-line did play bad this game. Shador missed on like 12 throws. There was a couple of drops that should have been caught. There was some miscommunication in error. Shador's telling the running back where to go block to stop the blitz, and twice the running back doesn't stop and pick up the blitz. And JD Martin doesn't pick the blitz up and he allows the edge rusher to get outside him to get that one sack and then to come in and mess up the other one. And it wasn't necessarily the hits that Shedeur was taking because some of them could have been late. Like, bro, you took another step and then pushed him. That's a personal foul. However, it's not called. You know what I'm saying? But that's just a part of the game. You take everything for what it's worth. All right, cool. So now you move forward. What is your real issue here? I'm going to tell you what the real issue is, y'all. The real issue is that everything that Eddie Robinson and that coaching staff needed to happen during that game happened, and they still lost. No, everything.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. But like, so the play calling as far as like with them blitzing like 5 and 6.
Everything, bro, from the blitzing to getting Shedeur off his spots to even though
Getting a
Shedeur
turnover,
300 and something yards, getting a turnover, having a turnover on downs. You know what I'm saying? Brett Bartolone hadn't made a bonehead call all season, but on a 4th and 2, he makes a bonehead call and want to do a reverse.
That
was terrible.
That was terrible.
Yeah, that was.
I question that, and I'm gonna tell you, and I was at work.
You can't get mad at him because he ain't this. Only one. It's the look. You know, we know what it is because it's the only one.
Yeah,
it's the first one we've seen him call a play. Thinking that he was going to outflank the defense and have them react a certain way. Shedeur could have easily just sent 33 out in the flat. Wasn't nobody checking him. And he could have got 2 yards. Like, you could have did that. Like, they was waiting on something sophisticated like that to happen. However, when I say everything worked the way the Alabama State staff wanted it to work, a low-scoring game, make it ugly, force a turnover, get some turnovers on downs, apply a lot of pressure to the defense, not on first down, have them guessing, are we coming first down, second down, third down? Are we not? Just a whole bunch of disguising certain things and granted,
having good field position.
Great field position. Listen, he's pissed because he had the perfect game plan. The other stuff is minor. He had the perfect game plan and still couldn't beat this team. This team played down to the level of competition.
Yes,
didn't make the minor adjustments that was necessarily needed offensively because when they made the adjustments, when you blitzed, you put the ball in the air. Where are they weak? Against the safeties. Who killing the safeties? Gaines. Who else is killing the safeties?
Coleman
Coleman.
killing.
Both of your slot receivers are mismatches for them. Granted, now what you could have did, you could have put Dallas Daniels in motion a little bit, half motions, and still kept him within his route tree. You could have attacked that stuff. You didn't call the perfect game today. That is what happened. Your offensive line didn't make the proper checks today. That's what happened. Yep. You were able to run the ball, but got away from it. That's what's happened. Your quarterback took more hits this game than he's taken all year. That's what's happened. Now people are like, oh, they're going to replicate the success. Bull jive. You just woke up somebody who came off a bye who was grooving, and that was part of the problem. And that's why I agree with what Scotty said the other day. He was like, listen, Jackson State coming off a bye. Something about this game isn't right. He did.
Yeah, he said that today too.
They were clicking. If they don't have that bye and they still clicking, you got trouble. Now they got to restart their engine. You know what I'm saying? So now this game wasn't nothing but that, a refocus, because it's a lot of things that they could have fixed, like the touchdown pass from Davis into the corner of the end zone. You're in a zone. Why we are not blitzing? I'm saying but why did they not blitz right there? Because they blitzed every other third down after this touchdown.
They should have kept blitzing. That's the whole thing.
Right.
You playing matchup. The basic thing about you blitzing is you playing a matchup. But hold on before we do it. Is 46 in? Make sure you like the stream. Make sure you provide some commentary, and make sure you become a member of the show. And I'll show you love. All right. But yeah, when they came back, when you're blitzing on first, second, and third down. Sometimes they won't even be blitzing on second down. You blitz on first down, you go off on second down, and you come back on the third down because you're looking at down the distance.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at down the distance. Some of the calls in this game, and like you said, I would agree with Scotty. I'm agree with him regardless, because the simple fact that, like you said, if we don't have this bye week. And I'm praying that I was praying that we were gonna, you're gonna be focused. If you don't have the bye week, it was like you said, it was gonna be a whole bunch of problems up in Montgomery, because there wasn't gonna be no 14-point game that you would have saw. That was gonna be more of like a 30 or 40-point game that you know what I'm saying, that everybody's usually seeing. If they did not come out, if they didn't have that bye. And Alabama State was still playing, even though I do question their offensive play calling. I'm not going to question their defense because their defense is stout. Their defense, in a sense, their defense is built like Jackson State, but they didn't blitz. They don't really blitz like that.
I need to give you. Let me give you something.
Go ahead.
Alabama State threw for 138 yards.
Mm-hmm.
1 TD, 1 interception.
Yep.
Alabama State ran for less than 40 yards.
Yeah.
Well, when you subtract the sack yards, so let me just run it back. Alabama State ran for 46 yards. I'm going to say that one more time. Alabama State had 46 yards rushing, 138 yards passing. One more time.
No, I got you.
200 yards. They didn't even have 200
yards of total offense. And you got a three-headed monster. You got a three-headed monster and running back.
The three-headed monsters were cut off.
You ran away from that. You didn't even. Come on now,
bro. Jackson State had 400 and some yards of total offense.
How many times did he get sacked? I think he got sacked like what, 3 times?
I don't know. They ain't got it updated all the way yet because they still finalizing the stats and they ain't sending it to the NCAA.
Mm-hmm.
But also too, Sean, as you're well aware, the defense played phenomenal. But the defense also, well, I shouldn't say the defense. The referees gave the ball back a few times on those penalties, like the pass interference call, the targeting call. That's, you know what I mean. I understand that call, the way it's called, but the pass interference. So they gave them the first downs a couple times for them to get that second touchdown. And plus, I think Doc made a great point. It was a fumble, and you kind of advanced the ball forward. So that should have been taken off the board.
I was on and I was listening to me when Scotty and Kofi had the post game show earlier. I was on my way to the house from work, and I was listening to you when you was calling. You was telling Scotty about the rules as far as with the fumble goes.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was listening to that and like, okay, and I'm looking at him like, bro, that's not a touchdown. You can't, you can't lunge forward.
Crawley never broke the plane. Crawley was stopped 2 yards shy, and then he lunges forward. In his lunge, he lost the ball, and it fumbles forward. And it breaks the plane, which means if you fumble it going into the end zone, it is ruled a touchback.
Which we should have had the ball at the 25.
Correct, but it's SWAC refs. There was a lot of things that the refs missed on both sides of the game. Not taking it away from that, because you don't let the refs decide a game. But what you do is you gotta dig in and just be more disciplined and play a lot more tougher.
Mm-hmm.
And it was spots that JSU just gave up on the run during drives. And you know what I'm saying? That caused problems. What are you giving up on the run for? You don't need to give up on the run.
Right.
You have to stick to the run and open up your pass, because that's what's going to happen. And it's unfortunate that happened the way that it happened. But man, I mean, that's just the rule. But we're here. We're at this point right now where we are because of how the game ended. The game ended, got everybody focused. Okay.
Right.
Now you got other teams. Remember, every time somebody plays JSU, the saying goes that somebody done figured out something, and now you know the weakness. Remember, it was Grambling. First, it was Tennessee State. Then it was Grambling. Then it wasn't Mississippi Valley or FAMU. Then it's it's the bye week. Okay, now Bama State comes up with a wrinkle. So Bama State said we're gonna play bump and run, and we just gonna blitz you. However, Shador, this is what I mean by that, and this is also something that should hit home for him. Bro, you knew the blitz was coming. You saw the blitz. You either idle the hot route or you trust Gaines. It's nobody else. Nobody can beat Gaines off the line. Do not call off his go route. Send him. If the safety come up and it's a single high safety, send him.
Because he's gonna burn them every time.
Every single time. If it ain't that, then it's the Savion Wilkerson. It's the check down.
Yep.
He's gonna get you the yards. Shador was thinking too much. He was looking for certain type of plays out there. Now, I will say this. Alabama State got lucky on a third down where they blitzed and Shador backpedaled instead of stepping up slightly and releasing the ball. Dallas Daniels was wide the freak open on a post.
Yep.
He was wide open.
He about to give Buddy the business.
Man, if Shador just stepped up and threw that ball while he was stepping up in his hitch, all he had to do was just hitch forward and throw it. He hitched forward and throw it. He was going to dime it out, and it would have been a 70-yard bomb. Yep. That's how but listen, after the Coleman deep ball, what happened to Alabama State? Blitzing again. They bagged the hell up.
They bagged the
hell up.
So they start playing zone.
Come on, bro. So you have to connect on those plays earlier on in order to push the defense back. And that's something that Brett Bartolone and Shador gotta immediately fix, because when you see, you're not going to get it from Bethune-Cookman. They're not going to pose that type of a threat.
I'm looking at. I'm checking that game out right now. That's that game is
over. Ellis is back, and the only reason that TSU was 0-5 right now is because they went 2 or 3 games without Ellis. Ellis wins the last 2 games, they lose. I'm just going to tell y'all that right now. However,
hold on. Let me answer this question right here from Javon. He said it's all good. All these folks doing is letting black folks like me who didn't attend the HBCU know we're not truly welcome amongst our own people. I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. I'm gonna tell you like this. It don't matter if you went to a HBCU or if you didn't, if you didn't go. Me as a man, me personally as a man. Thank you, Karen. Me personally as a man, I'm going to welcome you with all open arms, because I have no ill will. I have no, no fight to not let you come into the space where we at. You know what I'm saying? That's my whole thing. Because when I'm gonna tell you like this, on this show, everybody on this show that comes on this show, that comes on my show, that's in the chat room, that participates and stuff like that are members of my of the channel, I treat them as such. And if you don't like it, I always say, you can hit that subscribe button and do what you want to do. But I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna do my thing, and I'm gonna make everybody's welcome. My guy Brian, he didn't go to a HBCU, but I make him feel welcome all the time. You know, he got knowledge as far as in sports and in life. Why? Because he's older than me. He older than Sean. You know what I'm saying? He can give me all the nuggets and stuff in the world. And that is the reason why I have so much respect for the people that are members of my channel. Nothing else. But hopefully that what you saw today, that shouldn't deter you from coming in and being amongst all brothers and sisters of the same, of the same color, no matter. So I had to put that disclaimer out there for you out there. But go ahead, Sean. My bad.
No, you're good. So when you, because I'm looking at the game, I'm live, I'm streaming it, I'm on the game, right? Like I don't have no problems with it. I'm looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
This was the game, right? You're on the road. You're in a tough environment. You're really not all the way there. You were hoping Doyle would be back.
Yeah.
You did get Truth back. Truth played some snaps, but it's been a long time since he's played.
Yep.
So he's gotta get reacclimated to game speed and trying to get to his dominant self. They call. Now I don't want to talk about that, but the D tackles are now reasserting themselves to make it very useful for certain things to work. And the defense is now becoming more complicated. They never threw it nugget.
No.
And if Higgins, whatever was going on with him today, he wasn't really on his best game. But if, for instance, if you have Travis in the game, right, and this orchestrates Nugget until Nugget take himself out.
Mm-hmm.
Because they never looked at Nugget's side because his people couldn't get off the press.
Right.
They couldn't get off the press. And it wasn't no read to that side. They were one-sided of the field. They went away from Nugget the entire time. So they learned that lesson in the spring where he picked them and
where he burnt them.
Yeah, so they knew to stay away from him because the coverage would be too tight and it would put the ball in harm's way. However, there's a couple of spots where the defense has to do better. They have to stop shooting themselves in the foot, giving these people extra downs to be able to put themselves in position to score. And they got to play a little bit tighter coverage and trust the actual coverage. But everything has to go together. I just really believe, y'all, that they do not score the first touchdown if JSU blitzes right there. If JSU blitzes, they don't get the ball off right there, and you get a potential pick underneath.
Right.
Beasley, I think Beasley 28. Beasley was in the game and he was playing, and he wasn't deep enough in his depth, and that ball was in the right place at the right time. No, you can't take nothing away from it. ASU presented a challenge because they got them big old linemen up front on both sides, but they really didn't do too much. It was about what JSU would do to itself, and they self-destructed in some instances. So now, not to look beyond BCU, but somebody did say this. I think it was First. I was watching one of his shows, and he was like, "This a trap game."
Yep.
He kept saying that.
He said it. He said it. I watched that show too.
So he said this a trap game. He said, ladies and gentlemen, be careful. This game is a trap game because the way everything went, but he wasn't the only one. I think Coach Simmons or whatever, he said it won't be a blowout as well. There was so many different other factors. I was like, man, bull crap. I was looking at that Texas State game again, like, man, listen, they're weak in the middle. And it was just that if JSU plays this game 3 times in a row, I promise you the score would not be the same the other 2 times. They would win all 3 games, and the last 2 times, the scores would be lopsided.
Right.
But what you get though, this is football. You get that. So now you got to deal with it. JSU got to go back and clean up some stuff tomorrow. And Alabama State gonna be licking their wounds, tonight. If they give the same effort that they gave JSU and every other place, no telling what their record would be right now versus where they are at 2-3. I just don't. They didn't give themselves the effort on those other games. So now back to the beef. This is not a rivalry. Let
me go back to, because I think what's called Rusty put it in my chat. This is not a rivalry. Does that look like a rivalry to y'all?
No.
All right.
No. And I seen him put that in there. This is not a rivalry. Deion Sanders is not taking a Power 5 job.
Nah.
He's going to be in Jackson next year, and he's going to make you homecoming because you asked him to.
Mm-hmm.
This is how he operates. He's going to make you homecoming, and they going to play the hell out of you, pushing him and jerking away from him and all of that. It's not gonna be personal like the Scooter Gate, but it's gonna be personal. He gonna continue to whoop Alabama. Listen, they're gonna be so much better next year. It's crazy.
Yeah.
This is what people ain't understanding, bro. A lot of these people are just now learning the complexity of Thurman's defense that's on the defensive side. Wait till they got it all figured out and they can scheme their asses away.
Oh, just think about this too. How many 5 stars did Alabama State have come to the game? 4 or 5 stars come to the game today?
No, they had 2 that go to this. I don't know how many, but I know 2 of them went to the same school.
The same high school.
Yep.
They were seen in Deion's locker room. No.
And you don't think I understand they there because it's Alabama State and they from Montgomery. But you don't think they there to go see Prime? And I know Prime can't do, you can't do anything because I know it's a dead period right now.
No, he can't. When recruits are on visits to other schools,
you can't speak to him.
Or do anything.
You can't speak to him. But he put out, sometimes Prime could put out some subliminal messages. And basically say, hey, come on over here to 1400 J.R. Lynch Street.
Well, I don't think that the kids are going. I think they went out of respect for their head coach and the relationship between the two because the head coach went to Alabama State.
Right, yeah.
And so that's pretty much why they're there. Now it makes it a big deal because all the other games is going on. Like Blue made an argument about they're shunning the Georgias and the Alabamas to come to an HBCU game. Cool. But I just think that, you know what I'm saying, they wanted to make this game for a reason. So I don't see if they commit to Alabama State, they just commit to Alabama State. The truth of the matter is we're a long way away from that. 2 of them are considering NIL deals. So if the money ain't right, you know what I'm saying, you're going to potentially miss out on some of that. And, right now, depending on what it is and what they like to do, Jackson State is controlling its own destiny. They're still recruiting and they're still getting early commits. And they're not bringing in slouches. They're not recruiting down. They set a standard. They're recruiting up.
Right.
And they're going to go continue to get in that portal. And, Alabama State has to do what everybody else has to do. You know what I'm saying? They have to say, next week we're going to have to take them out next year. And as long as this was the worst game Shedeur, even though statistically for me, he might have had the numbers statistically, but this was the worst Shedeur game of this season. I don't
think the Tennessee State game was one of his worst games?
Nope. I think this
No,
game.
because the receivers dropped a lot of balls in that game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the receivers. Yeah, I'm with yeah, all the way. I just think this was his worst game because he left some stuff out there on the field.
Right.
And okay, is it the Heisman hype that really got, you know? Is it the Heisman hype? You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was thinking.
Is it what's the ultimate distraction? They try to play like his shoulder. He came out because of his shoulder. Now they just pulled him. Game over. Go get your other quarterback some reps. Go ahead and ice up. He still listen. Even after his shoulder, remember he went in the 10. They started talking about his shoulder. He came right back out and threw the touchdown.
Yeah.
No. He didn't throw the touchdown. Then he came right out and threw like the next 3 passes, all first downs. And then they had the penalty, and then they get the last touchdown. So yeah, so he threw it to JD Martin. So yeah, I mean he came out and still threw touchdowns even after the shoulder shit. So it ain't that, man. You just gotta, we'll just wait the next year, I guess.
So Sir Retro, so this was Solo Virgo said it'll be a personal guarantee. Next year's game is a stretcher, man. We told y'all at the beginning of the season, everyone better familiarize themselves with the 5 games, 5 backup quarterbacks. Let's see what they do. Let's see if we put them on for homecoming again for next season.
It is true though. I mean, they did go to their backup quarterback. Yeah. And listen to me. And Demetrius Davis made some little plays earlier, but then when they figured him out, they slowed him down. They got in his grill, and then when they started landing shots on him, he
was fragile.
Yeah, it was a wrap, and them shots hurt. But Crawley, the game plan was totally different for Crawley than it was Demetrius Davis. It was more so I got to get the ball out of my hand right now because I can't hold the ball 1 second, 2 seconds. I can't look. You know what I'm saying? Crawley ain't got across the field reads, so he had to get it out quick. But JSU they was being a little stubborn right then. But then they said when they stack the receivers, go bump one of them and force them, and they're gonna try to get outside, so force them back to the field. If you force them back to the field, you got cavalry coming.
Yep.
But
hey, son, what happened to Gregory Gray? Is he injured?
Gregory Gray,
the safety that transferred.
What position he play?
Safety.
He's a safety.
Free safety.
From MTSU. Man, I think he has been injured though. I think he was injured. They're supposed to be getting him back too. I think he was injured. Shador, Doyle.
I mean Shiloh.
Yeah, not Shador. Yeah, Shiloh.
Somebody wrote great is hurt.
A lot of people were messed up, but I really think that by the Campbell game, it's in 2 weeks. I think that's when they'll get a lot. But well, I don't think that they get better until. I don't think that we see.
Southern.
Yes, I think that Southern game is when we will see the totality. Man, this dude. I think that's when we see the totality of JSU. We haven't seen JSU yet. I just want to forewarn everybody. We've seen them play good with all these other people that they got in the game, but we haven't seen them where they have their 100% defense. You got Hunter out there playing. You giving him a chance to play both ways. We haven't seen that yet. Special teams where he don't come off the field at all.
Nope.
He's not. Listen, there's going to be times in the games where he does not come off the field at all. And guess what they're going to do? They're going to throw him the tunnel screens, the goals, the posts, the slants, the crossings. He got a whole playbook for himself. And when you see him in the game, you're either going to, okay, we're going to see if you really that guy. And if you one-on-one on him, He gonna beat you bad off the line of scrimmage, go get the ball, and then shit on you. So we really haven't seen it. And he's not just what we saw in high school. He's really that guy.
Y'all see my boy Sir Retro. He said, make sure you get them likes up.
Yeah.
Get the likes up.
You packed it right.
Make sure everybody become a subscriber to the channel. Become a member of the hottest show on YouTube for HBCU content and sports and culture. But planning on for next week, since this game is in Jacksonville, it ain't at the high school stadium, aka over at Daytona Beach. And the fact that Bethune-Cookman has got the doors blown off of them tonight.
That's tough, bro.
I don't see anything changing.
I do have another video.
Coach Robinson?
Nah, they was at the water girl. She was called a bitch.
Ooh.
You gonna see that?
Which one, Lauren? You talking about Lauren?
Hold on, let me hold on. Just hold on.
Oh, Jesus. Breaking news here with Doc Holliday at HBCU OverDrive.
Yeah, man.
Go on, Sean.
Hold on. Y'all ready? There's a whole okay, so Deion Jr. got a whole video with the disrespect.
I'm gonna try to share it. Let me see if I can.
They got a whole video of stuff. It's called Alabama State constantly disrespects JSU pre-game and in-game after losing. You know, he got the footage, but it's you said Lauren. Is Lauren? I think she's light-skinned.
Lauren's a white girl. I think she's the head athletic trainer.
No, not Lauren. It's the light-skinned chick.
Okay.
Yeah, Isaac of it's Isaac who called her a bitch.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, you gotta deal with it how you want to deal with it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm about to share the screen for everybody.
But that ain't that, you know. It's you and your feelings. And
That's
then
all it is.
Listen, JSU, this is what kills me. They moved the ball. They were moving the ball so efficiently that they, you know what I'm saying? Like they'll get a negative play, but they always overcome a negative play. Change your screen. Never mind.
Hold on, because I want to get copyright on that.
Just hit mute. Oh, you gonna do it that way? Okay.
Yeah. And don't trip, man. It was a good game though, from start to finish.
What's it? All you gotta do is let us know. You good? Just let us know.
Who you hugging? Who you hugging?
I got you.
Really?
You heard him, didn't you?
Well, that sounds like Coach Lee right there.
No, that's that girl.
Mm.
He called her a bitch. She snapped.
Jeez.
That's just the end of the game.
Yeah.
I think this game was worse than Tennessee State.
Hey, number 4. Hey, Nugget. Hey, come on, go over there.
Like,
Hey, come on. Hey, come on.
Ooh, they look depressed, y'all. Look, man, just something like that, man. And I don't say it's all cap, but it's the fact that these are football players. Regardless of the fact, they're gonna talk shit to them regardless, all day, every day.
Yeah.
Even good game or bad game, they gonna talk shit to them regardless.
But there's no better feeling. There's no better feeling winning in somebody else's home. There is no better feeling as an athlete. You know what I mean? And the shit talking that's going on and stuff like that. But there's no better feeling than winning in somebody's home. That shuts the other team up. They're just bitter after that. But for you know what I mean, the young man calling a woman out of her name, that's uncalled for. But hey, it is what it is, unfortunately. But going off the field, I know as an ex-athlete, when I was playing, obviously I played hockey. When I was playing hockey, and some of the names that I got called back in my day, only thing black in hockey was me and the puck. So I used to just love to go in other people's rinks and terrorize them and come out victorious. Was the best feeling ever.
Hey, Rusty, Coach Flea, you got Coach Flea from Miami. He with the shits. You really think about it. Coach Flea, that's somebody that don't, he don't back down. And that's somebody you kind of need to have in your corner like that. Coach Flea is like, what was that? Remember back when Obama was president and he had the guy from Keegan and Peele. He was his angry translator.
Yeah.
That's who Coach Flea is to Prime.
Yeah.
Like you ain't gonna cuss, but I'm gonna cuss because I know what you want to say, but I know you ain't gonna say it like that, but I'm gonna say it for you the way I would say it. Yeah, and they you surprised. I mean, they do take on the persona. Like what y'all tell me what team does not take on the persona of their head coach? Our Jackson State, our squad takes on the persona of Prime all day, every day. You know, he flashy, but he the marketing genius, but he about business. You know what I'm saying? He about business. He not gonna get into his feelings or anything like that. Like,
hold on.
yeah, he do get his feelings. Okay.
Okay, so do me a favor. Go to the pregame show.
Okay.
Go
Don't
to the
tell me they
pregame.
got some.
1400 got some up too. So you know, everybody gonna be locked and loaded. But go to the pregame show.
All
it was
right.
up 23 minutes ago. It's 3 minutes and 45 seconds. You got to get past the commercial. I think they watch him coming in, right? And that's the whole press conference.
Okay. Who's
SWAC?
press conference? SWAC.
Yeah, that's the whole press conference.
All right, I'm about to let me share it.
It's 3 minutes and 45 seconds. It's the whole press conference.
All right, I still share it. It's cool.
Hey man, go on and hit that Cash App too for the birthday boy, man.
Get the Cash App, man, because it is my birthday. I'm 43 years old, 43 years young.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Send that man some money so he can get him a nice steak. He eat meat. He eat meat, so you know what I'm saying? Y'all
nice Texas style steak.
Yeah, I get cigar.
Mm-hmm. You want me to play it? You know my internet better.
My exact words was, "Hey man, you had them ready to play. Good game," and shook hands and tried to embrace, and he pushed off. That was it.
Do you think that there were any reasons for him doing that?
I don't know. It could be a plethora of things. I think he thought he was going to get a win. I don't know why he would have ever thought that. I did hear his interview where he said that I came out and ran around the field. All of the people that have been with me for years, even playing in the NFL, I always come out the locker room and run around the field. That's my tradition. That's what I do. That wasn't nothing personal to invoke any riotous act against them. That's not who I am. That's not what I stand for. That's not what I'm about. Second, he also said I didn't come to greet him in the center of the field. I don't know if you understand. We got here very late, so that expedited our whole process of preparation. So now we were in like, let's go get it. And I'm not one to go find the coach. Coach Dancy is one of my dudes. I don't recall going to greet Coach Dancy the last time we played at home against Mississippi Valley, and that is my dog. So I don't know what he was thinking that I was going to be. And then I heard him also spew out comments about what did I say leading up to the week. I think I was a darn good salesman leading up to the week. Did we sell the game out? Well, did we sell the game out? Yes or no? Yes. Have they ever been sold out here? So I thought I did my job. I thought I should be applauded. Really?
Coach, you often talk about dominating your opponent.
I try to.
But do you feel like you dominated Alabama?
No, we weren't dominant today. We won. Yeah, we won. Sometimes it don't go like you desire to go, but we got the W. I'm proud of that.
Right. And then you got 40 seconds left in the ball game, and yet you're trying to put points up on them.
Well, you got to understand, we put a backup quarterback in, and that kid works his butt off, and they're listening. You got 9 in the box, right, and they're coming. So I got a running back that just got in the game. He's cold, and they got 9 in the box, and they're coming. So don't I want to protect my players as well? And what about the countless number of timeouts that you just called? Tell me something as a coach. So when the other team is trying to score on you, you don't supposed to try to score on them. And one of the comments that kind of disturbed me out of all the comments is that I'm not SWAC. Who is? I got time today. Who is SWAC? If I ain't SWAC, who is SWAC? If I ain't SWAC, who is SWAC? if I ain't SWAC. Who is SWAC? Baby, who is? And I am a whole lot of things that a lot of folks would like to be. Oh, right, preach. You better preach. I'm going there.
All right,
Thank you.
Appreciate
Oh, let's go preach in.
Oregon.
Man, you can't get you that don't get no better right there. That don't get no better right there, bro.
Have they sold out the stadium before?
They ain't never sold that stadium out.
Have they sold? No, I'm gonna run it back. He said, have they sold out the stadium before? So didn't I do my job? Didn't I try to sell I think I did a good job of selling the game.
That's what I said before.
He did. He sold the game to where it was a sellout. You ain't never had a sellout. The closest you had probably was about 20,000 in the stadium. You see 26,500. And then when you look at the first video I put out there, did you see the fans? Did y'all see how Bama State fans, they look all pissy. They were sad. They look depressed. They look like they look like damn, we got to hear this shit for a whole nother year.
Ms. Coleman said it don't get no better.
But they made the homecoming into a wake.
Hey, Pete, right. He said not only was it a sellout, it was standing room only. They got a grass berm.
Yep.
On the I don't know how they stadium is it north or south? It's on the north.
No. It's not north. It's literally going toward Atlanta, so it would be east.
East. Okay. It's on the east. They have a grass berm, and they had people sitting on there. They had people sitting out there.
So I seen somewhere
I think it was more than 26,500. I think it was probably at least about 30,000 people at that game.
So with the ticket sales and the concessions, they probably did about 1.3.
Listen. Okay, so I was arguing with what's his dude name? I think Lofton, K. Lofton. He be in chats. So on the earlier show with the pregame when they was doing a little thing, I said to him that they should have moved the game to Birmingham. He was like, "Why would you move homecoming to Birmingham? It's homecoming." I said, "Bro, you move the game because you're going to make more money. Forget you do all the theatrics in Montgomery, but when you have the game, you move the game is played on Saturday, which seals the deal. You get the stadium, you get all of that stuff in the stadium, ticket sales in the whole 9 yards." He was like, "But who's moving games?" So I didn't want to argue this with him in the chat, and I didn't want to come on the show and show that. What happened 3 times or maybe even 4 times a year for the University of Alabama, all the way up until they got the additions to their new stadium? Where the hell
did the Iron Bowl? I played the Iron Bowl at Legion Field.
And thank you. They would play they would have on their calendar Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Birmingham. They had set games that they played in Birmingham, and people came to the Birmingham games.
And the crazy thing about it, you got Alabama, which is pretty much is all white. And where do Legion Field sit at? It sit in the projects. It sit across the street from the projects in Birmingham. I think is that on the south side?
Oh no, it ain't on the south side.
It ain't on the south side, like east or west, something like that.
It's like a little northwest of the city, kind of sort of, because you got to come in if you're coming from Jackson. That ride all the way into Birmingham, you pass.
Yeah, you could get off the freeway. You could take it
because it's before you coming downtown and all of that stuff. So it's like northeastern ish.
But just think, That stadium's it's in the hood. And they don't care who, if it was projects across the street or not, they still gonna be out there.
But if you move it to Legion, it's an HBCU game. I think it holds 40-something thousand people.
But back then it used to hold like 70,000 before they took out the
but you sell more.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? You sell more. What happens with that more money? You turn around and now you get other stuff that happens for your program. You have an opportunity to make 2 or 3 million versus 1 million.
True. Make sure everybody like the stream. Become a member of the hottest channel on HBCU Sports and Culture, and bless the cash out because it's my birthday today. But
how much do Jackson State make during homecoming weekend?
Shit, a shitload of money. A shitload of money. They had at least make about out of selling out the vet. You sell the vet out. You got people still you selling the vet, sell out the vet. You got people in the tailgate section. You sell that out because I know that's some money right there. Plus all the businesses and stuff like that caters for the game, man. You got at least about you probably got at least more than about $10 million coming in from that game right there by itself.
I think it's more than that.
And I think it's more than that. I think last year they said that just from Prime being at Jackson State, that the city produced like $30 million.
It could have been more than that.
And it could have been more than that.
That's why Prime said he was having a meeting he said he wants a tip, but that's why he was having a meeting also with the local business people. He said if last year if they did 30, they in conjunction they work together, they could probably do 45.
They can do more than that.
Man, he can. Yeah, he could kill homecoming records.
He can. Long as he stay there, long as he at Jackson State, he can kill homecoming records.
What people eating at after the game? If they ain't ate at the if they didn't tailgate, they eat at all the local restaurants around that place. They ain't going too far. They're eating, and these places are packed, and it's driving things. So at the root of all of this, man, at the root of all of this is the fact that my argument to K Loft was just that, bro. You make so much more money if the game. I don't care nothing about. See, people keep thinking that because I said, well, what you think happens with TSU when it's homecoming? What you think happens? They go play in the freaking hole. They go play at Titan Stadium on purpose. He like, but it's still the same city. So freaking what? They're leaving a place, bro. They're leaving a place to where they got all the money to go rent out the Titan Stadium or Nissan Stadium to play there, to try to pack that. The hole's about 60-something thousand, and you ain't gonna get nothing but about 20 to 25,000 right now. If Eddie George was getting more games, he would get more people in there. But the significance of just moving that game would have even brought even more, because you would have had more Jackson State fans.
Yep.
More hotels that needed to be checked in. You know what I'm saying? More local businesses booming, even though it was Birmingham. They would have been booming in the trap off that. So, okay, your local economy would lose out, but you would make up for what your local economy lose out because you got everything else going. And when the game over, you just an hour away.
Yep.
It's it. All you're doing is coming out there. You got 15 extra minutes. You got 10, 15 minutes extra at halftime to introduce the homecoming court. That's it. And the band's playing. Kiss my behind about you don't move homecoming. Like, bro, you got to get out of your own way. If you talking about you broke, you talking about HBCU so broke, that was a chance for them to make $3 million today or more.
Yep.
So they could have tripled. They could have tripled what you said they possibly made today.
It just goes back to the saying when Coach Prime was talking about tradition. What about tradition? You know, so they don't see the big picture. The bottom line is they just don't see the big picture.
If Alabama can move the game, your little black HBCU ass can move your game.
But some people don't see it. They don't see it in that. They don't see it in that light, like you said. They don't see it in that light. But I want to get back with Miss Ivy too. How you doing, Miss Ivy too? What she's saying is basically it was horrible how those players and the coaches, whoever talked to that girl like that, and I know she was gonna get some get back because you know she ain't gonna let nothing slide. But it was still bad. Like you gotta check them. You gotta check that stuff at the door. Like, first of all, do you talk to your mama like that? Because if you talk to your mama like that, you need to get your ass whooped from the jump. Do you talk to your granny like that? Do you talk to your aunties like that? You think I'm gonna tell y'all this? You think my mouth gonna utter the word that B word to my mama? My mama 5'4". She would break my 6'4" ass down. You think I'm gonna let my step boys talk to their mama any kind of way? Hell no. Hell no. I ain't gonna do that. Because it's not gonna be like that. You take, as a team, you take on the persona of your coach. You take the personality of your coach. And from you, they got a bye week coming up.
Who do?
I think Bama State. Nope. They don't have a bye week. They got, well, it's like a bye week, but they playing Valley. I think this might be the first win Valley get.
This man said it's a bye week. Hey, listen, Valley can beat them because they're mentally and emotionally drained after that game, bro.
Yep.
Put a lot of energy into that game, and Valley just about to just creep right into the crevice of. Is it at Valley?
Nope. It's in Montgomery.
That's the only.
That's the reason why that's what people would say. Like, instead of having us as your homecoming, you could have had Valley as a homecoming. But then again, I understand where the finance, the finances was gonna come to play.
Man, I ain't trying to hear
that. So, like I said, Valley can come in there and beat you because you still all in your feelings. But we gonna do. I'll do a review. I just did the post game show. Let's see. We got the final scores. Alcorn did beat Valley 30-7. Tennessee State with a convincing win, 41-17 against Bethune-Cookman. Tennessee State starts Ohio Valley Conference play. I think they start theirs next week. Yes, against Tennessee Tech. 6 o'clock kickoff, ESPN Plus. Bethune, like I said, they do have Jackson State in Jacksonville, Florida. 3 o'clock kickoff.
I was gonna go to that game, boy. I had already set my work schedule up to take off. I wanted to go to that game. I was waiting because I wanted to see if Bethune was for real, if they would have, been like 4-1 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
So
there's been some butt whoopings today.
Yeah, there's been some butt whoopings today. What shocked me was that Norfolk State, Morgan State game this morning, early today. That game shocked me. I didn't expect for Norfolk to come out there with a 17-point lead. So, other than that, and then the FBS, who the hell thought that Texas would motorboat Oklahoma like that?
I did. Oklahoma trash this year. Alabama A&M escapes Grambling. Escape.
Yep. Escape. Grambling still ain't gonna get that G on their helmet.
They escapes. And Florida A&M almost blow a 20-point lead.
Which that was bad play calling by Willie. You supposed to destroy them boys.
Texas Southern barely beat Arkansas Pine Bluff.
But Pine Bluff, man, I'm gonna tell you, like I said, Pine Bluff has still got that demon in their head from last season. They can't check that monkey off their back.
Alcorn 30-7. My bad. Alcorn.
Alcorn.
I don't want to hear them crying about their damn name. I care. And guess what though? This is crucial. Southern and Alcorn play at Southern.
At Southern. Oh, hold on. Let me answer this question right here. This one, Thomas. Sir, this is not the representation that all HBCUs do. We do not represent ourselves in that type of light. We don't condone that. I bet, as far as I know, the commissioner is gonna might look into this. So we don't condone ourselves like that. We don't. They were just, to me, they were just in their feelings, and that was it. They was in their feelings. Somebody took their pacifier out their mouth. They start crying, and it goes on from there. But if you really get into a HBCU, a SWAC game, or a MEAC, a SWAC game, basically, it's like everybody could be cool. It's like your little brother. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna fight your little brother, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, that's still your little brother. You're gonna take care of your little brother like that. But like I said, is whoever it was, man, that was doing all that junk. That really don't fly like that, man. They was acting crazy before the game because of the simple fact that, look, in COVID year 2021, we were up. They came back and beat us. We turned around. We put them as a homecoming. We put them for our homecoming game. We didn't do anything wrong to them. And this was from the coach that they had before. The coach they had before, it was more on respect. Donahue Ely was more on respect, even though he probably was upset because he probably had some chances to win the game. But it was more on respect. But with Coach Robinson, like this, for one, put us at your homecoming. That kind of, it did help you because we sold out your stadium. But then two, all the theatrics and stuff like that, you don't even have to worry about it. If that's something that you don't even trip, we're not even gonna trip on. But let me see. Aaron Sanders. The fans that just like they coach mad at them young man like that. Fans like that will have parents in the stands and after the game fighting. Just a bad look for them. That's you can say it like that. That's true. That's true. It is a bad look for them. It is a bad look for them because now our whole thing is to try to get kids that will normally go to a PWI because they have this facility right here. They have this stadium right here. They got all the nooks and crannies right here. And we try to make sure we get these kids coming to our schools. And when they see stuff like that, it's a turnoff. It's a turnoff. So that's something that I would want. You know, we still want these kids to come to our schools. You make sure you represent your school the way you're supposed to represent all schools. My boy Sean, yep, he said that's my Cash App handle, y'all, because it is my birthday today. It is my birthday. I am 43 years old. I'm 43. And I'm doing a job, my secondary job on my birthday. But I'm doing it for y'all. Yeah, Montgomery is not like that though, for real. Montgomery is a cool place to go to, man. They ain't really like that. They don't get down like that. I've been there before too. They don't get down like that. They show you who they are, believe them. Yeah, when somebody show you their hand, believe them. Am I right, Brian, or not?
Absolutely. When but like I'm gonna just sometimes you just have a few fans that do that, and you can't paint a whole picture with a bunch of fans because on the whole, there's mostly the majority of fans are great fans. Just that they were like you said, they were in their feelings. But to spit on anybody, it's just not right. It's just despicable. If anybody ever spit on me, I try to rip their tongue out. But it's you should never spit on anybody.
Yeah. Yeah, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do all that stuff, man. True. That's all. That's really how you get somebody killed like that on the real.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't even fix your face for something like that. Yeah. If I even do this, nah, it ain't even happening. It ain't even happening like that. If I even just.
But I like to know where is the security or the so-called ushers in the stands and stuff like that. But that's after the game, so you can't.
That's after the game.
There's not really much. Not really much you can do. But there's certain places if you spit on somebody, you get arrested.
And most of the time, AP, I think they said they was spitting on the players when they was walking back to the locker room through the little tunnel that they have.
Yeah.
I appreciate everybody. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. But yeah, people, you spit on me. Yeah, it's a fight. I'm gonna have to fight you. We're gonna have to get down. I'm gonna have to catch this fade or something. We're gonna have to catch the fade. We're gonna have to do something. We gonna box. But you don't see that at HBCUs. You don't see it in the SWAC. You don't even see it in the media. You don't see it nowhere. CIAA, SIAC, Sunicom. You don't see none of that stuff anywhere like that. You don't see it. I just feel like these are kids now. This generation of kids now, they just brought up different.
Yeah, but also too, Doc, you got to understand everything's being shown. But there's been NBA games that players have talked about being in certain arenas they were spit on, beer thrown at them. I know myself when I played. Fans say things and you know what I mean. I remember I was playing in Indianapolis when I was actually playing for Dallas in the Old Central League. We're playing in Indianapolis, and a fan, came up to me and tried to throw something on me, and I went towards him. The next game, they had the line between the players a lot. They pushed it back. They made a barrier that made it was a lot further away from the players. So this thing's been going on for a long time. Is it right? 100% not. But unfortunately, we have some people are just stupid and ignorant.
Yeah, we seen the video. I had showed the video earlier. I think you probably came in a little bit later after I had posted a video where they was walking through the little tunnel to get back to the
I seen that.
Yeah.
Oh, he hasn't seen the video, Thomas. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me bring Sean back in. But this was good. Today was good HBCU football. I'm not even gonna lie to you on that. It was good HBCU football. People, teams was, trying to get desperate to get their first win or trying to combat their little demons that they have, and they couldn't get it done. And then you saw some dominance in certain games.
Look at the Grambling game. Look at the Grambling game, and you know what I mean. To go to overtime, it just shows you they're just on the threshold of getting another win, and it's just something that's lacking. Like you were talking about quarterback play. They're young and experienced. That's why I say, I know with Hugh Jackson, you give him another year of recruiting. It's a matter of fact, I think Sean had mentioned that between 3 and 4 years where a program really starts to take hold of what the coach wants to do. So I feel that Grambling's going to be a good team in the future if they, stay the course.
Yeah. So my thing about it is that do you take this game right here and do you put the G back on the helmet from this game? Because I feel like these kids did play hard. They did play hard.
They don't. Now keep the G off. That's just me. Keep the G off.
I'd rather put it back on, man. I'd rather put it back on.
Man, make them. They gotta win a game to get it back.
So make them keep making sure when they win, they get that G back.
Yeah.
Sean, Doc wants to give him like a appreciation kind of trophy,
right?
Participation trophy.
Ain't no damn participation trophy. We put on man.
They
might be kids. They might be kids, man. But you know what I'm saying? They're young adults, man. Ain't no participation trophies. Nah, don't get on none of that, bro. Nah, but I wanted to.
I'm trying to help you out, Grambling. Get your G back.
You see what's happening, Sean? It's his birthday today, so he's getting a little soft.
I'm trying to help you get
he's
your
G
soft
back.
Today.
Right.
He's getting soft.
He being ultra soft.
Yeah.
I won't never be ultra soft, this shoe. I ain't like Sharman. Ain't like toilet paper. It ain't ultra soft shoe. Nah, we ain't gonna do that. But hey, man, I was just saying, man, come on now. You gotta win. Get your G back. Get the G back because you ain't got the G by the time Bayou Classic come around. Them boys from Baton Rouge gonna clown y'all.
But if you give them the G back and they haven't won, what have they earned?
I got a question.
What's up?
If Southern loses to Alcorn, Alcorn beat PV, that whole conference is a mess.
That whole talk about the whole West Side.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is gonna be a mess. It's gonna be a mess.
I don't think PV win another game against you know. I don't think PV gonna be who they need to be. I think they out of it now. I think the loss is Southern.
This their first conference loss.
Yeah, bro, but I just don't see them beating Alcorn. I don't see them beating Alcorn. And if Southern playing how they playing right now, I don't think Alcorn will be able to get them. But that running attack is gonna be significant.
True.
But we'll have to see.
True. I know I'm thinking ahead right now. I know I'm thinking ahead, but I can't go without talking about Campbell and what they did the other day to Central last week. They exposed them. They exposed Central, North Carolina Central. And for those who don't know who I'm talking about North Carolina Central. They exposed them. That offensive line for Campbell is huge. They are road graders.
And they play fast.
They play fast. They do play fast. They could beat you with the run. They could beat you with the pass. But what I'm saying is you got a team that has never been above 500 in their history of football. And for them now to, come out there and make some noise because, yes, they are recruiting. Don't get me wrong. Mike Mentor is recruiting the hell for that school. He's recruiting the hell out of there for that school.
Hey, Campbell gonna be a tough outing, bro. You can't.
And
You're not gonna go in there and beat them like that. Campbell can make you pedestrian. Like if you think Alabama State game was tough, Campbell can pose some of the similar threats to your offense that way.
Yep.
And the reason for that is because they have the athletes now. Granted, they'll be young. Some of them are young, and you'll have skilled players to match up. It's going to be great matchups. But here's the thing. You're going to have something that Campbell doesn't have, but Campbell is going to be chopping at the bit to see if this person is really a thing, and that's Travis by homecoming.
Yep.
The physicality of the game is going to be unique.
Mm-hmm.
The line play is a big deal. How will JSU look? But this is a good thing for Truth because he's been gone, and that's going to be a game that's significant for Truth. However,
man, him and Catron gonna be nasty on the interior alignment for the defense.
Yeah, but here's the thing right here. If JSU stops the run because of the way that they have the athletic cornerbacks to press, I don't think that this quarterback will be able to throw as well as he did against NCCU because of the threats posed by that secondary.
Right.
I just think that we just ain't seen the best JSU team yet. We're seeing glimpses of it. It wasn't FAMU. It wasn't FAMU, and it wasn't against Grambling. We just saw dominance. We didn't see excellence. We haven't seen excellence yet. And until we see excellence, it's just going to keep teetering on the cusp of it.
Right.
And maybe homecoming brings it out, but they can't overlook BCU thinking about Campbell. So the focus has to stay on BCU. But once that game is over,
yeah,
it's all about homecoming. It's all about them. But in reality, for me, I'm ready to see the Southern matchup.
Yeah.
That means more than anything because Southern is supposed to be built to beat Jackson State.
But to me, I feel like even though they're supposed to be built to beat Jackson State, you still got a head coach in Eric Dooley that I don't think he does. I don't think he makes the adjustments where you're supposed to make it at.
He might not. Who knows? But the fact is that all these people transferred with Dooley. You got supposedly had done a really good job at recruiting and bringing in this type of talent. You got to now show it. Quit holding them. Oh, bro.
I see next week FAMU versus Grambling. They playing in the hole. They playing them down in the hole. Let's see if Mr. Campbell could get thick 36 back down there. And like I said, Valley and Bama State playing them in Montgomery. So it's some good matchups. So my game of the week for everybody, my game of the week for next week is Alcorn versus Southern.
That's the game.
That's the game of the week.
It ain't no other. There's no other game, y'all. There's no other game that can be a game in a week but that one. Why? Is because it sets precedents in the West, and it gives you a viable option for who potentially is going to be playing in the SWAC championship. It's all, listen, the season has changed. It's SWAC championship here from here on out. Every game is about the SWAC championship game.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I really hoped that Grambling beat Alabama A&M. But, you know, shout out to Quincy Casey. He came in and was 12 or 17 for 188 yards, 2 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? The best game he didn't ever looked.
Since spring season.
Since the spring season. With no pressure, he comes in and just gets it done. But, you know, maybe he can hold on to the job and they go on a little spree just for a little while. And I want Casey against Jackson State.
For the Gulf
y'all think his head was going left and right earlier in the season when them teams was coming at him? I want to see him at Jackson State. Either one of them quarterbacks, because they ain't gonna look too good. And I want to see that defense that they keep talking about. They defense that got better. Bull jump.
Nah.
Grambling just pushed them to the brink.
And they couldn't do nothing against FAMU when they played them 2 weeks ago.
Nope.
They couldn't do nothing against that.
But they're supposed to be on by then.
And Grambling didn't even have really a really great passing attack.
No, they didn't.
No.
They were pedestrian.
But yeah, this does set up the matchup Alcorn versus Southern. Southern win this game. They'll be 3-1 in the conference.
And this is for Southern.
And they would be
favored.
They would be the sleeper, but they would be top because they have that tiebreaker against Prairie View.
Yep.
They have a tiebreaker.
This is it because Prairie View still got to play Alcorn, right?
They got to play Alcorn. I think they playing them in Alcorn.
Okay, so it'll be the this is why I'm saying Southern is about to be done facing all the competition that they are going to face. Correct me if I'm wrong. You can pull their schedule up and see it. But outside of Jackson State,
and FAM.
Oh, yeah, Southern got FAM, don't they?
Yep.
Yeah.
They got Jackson State, then they got FAM. Oh, they back to that again. So, it's some issues. They still got some smoke left.
Yep.
And they still play Grambling too.
But the really not gonna do anything because Grambling can't play spoiler. They can play spoiler. The main thing is, in order for them to play spoiler, Prairie View got to win out. Texas Southern got to win out. Now they have 2 losses in the conference. One of them is to Prairie View. The other one is to it wasn't Pine Bluff. Shoot. Grant, I think they played. Did they play Grambling already?
Man, bro, it don't even matter.
It don't matter. But
they
really
need help. They need help. Southern
help.
can't lose another game.
Oh, they lost to Alabama State, so they count that game against Alabama State as a conference loss.
Yep.
So yeah, they can't lose that game. Now they could lose against Jackson State, but they won't count against them because it will be somewhat like considered an out of conference game for them. I'm not
like the Grambling game.
Like the Grambling game, yeah. What up, Lowe's? But they need to win out because, like I said, you got to win against Southern.
Alcorn got to win.
Alcorn got to win. Now Alcorn win. Ooh. Hey, Alcorn win out. That game at the reservation gonna be for the Soul Bowl. It's gonna be jumping. It's gonna be jumping. And you talking about Alabama State needing help to sell out their stadium. These boys ain't gonna need no help to sell out at Alcorn. They ain't gonna need
it's already sold out, bro.
It's already sold out.
Yeah.
Already sold out. So yeah, man. It's gonna be some for that Western Division. It's gonna be some smoke. It's gonna be some smoke in the Western Division. Because you're gonna have a 4-way log jam because I'm counting UAPB and Grambling is out of there. If Texas Southern can get their shit together, and do what they can against Alcorn, they can make some noise in that West. But in order for the West, in order for Alcorn, they better hope and pray that Southern lose to. They better hope and pray Southern loses again. Because I think that Jackson State, when they play the Boombox, that's a cross conference game right there too. I think that counts.
Bama State, BCU, these different styles are going to help Jackson against these different styles are going to help because every week is just the intensity creeps up, and this is where you want big time players in the game. You need somebody to take a hitch and break it. You need Shador gonna have to throw some dimes deep. You know, he's been suffering deep. He's gonna have to connect a little bit more on those deep passes.
Yep.
Because if teams are gonna walk down their safeties and say we can play bump and run, you gotta show them no, the hell you can't. And I think that he didn't take full advantage of some of those earlier bump and runs because he had the opportunity, he just didn't. He just missed, bro. I just think that, and I think that they in my opinion, I think that they're so deep at wide receiver that they are not getting they're not utilizing everything that they could. They have a speed package. Maybe they're keeping it, but they have a speed package where they got like nothing but people that can get down the field. Yeah. I mean, like, to be honest, like in this game, why Pope didn't come in at receiver? You could have put Pope at receiver and had him run a go on them safeties. Or when they show blitz, or even at the X or Y, it doesn't even make any sense.
You could have put
where
Cam
you put
in
him.
the game. You could have put Quay in the slot.
Quay thick, man. Quay
but he quick.
Quay, yeah, he Debo Samuel. And I think that right now we ain't getting the best out of Quay. It's just his red shirt freshman year. but we're not getting the best out of Quay right now because of all the depth at receiver. I think that as the running back room gets a little bit lighter, which I think over the next 2 years is going to be that way, and some of the receivers we don't know, transfers or, you know what I'm saying? You never know what'll happen. He's got to get in, but he's got to be featured in some stuff for us to get the best out of him because we ain't seen it yet, and we know that he can. We know he got strong hands. We know he's quick. We know he'll run you over. He's got all these different attributes as a player, and we just ain't seen the best of Quay yet, and that's only because of depth. I mean, hell, we ain't even seen Wyman, to be honest. In Alabama, that's what I'm saying. These teams ain't seen the. You know what I'm saying? Like they come out and go one series, they got 4 receivers. The next series, they got a whole nother 4. The next series, they got a whole nother 4.
Yep.
And they're pressing the issue, or they just running you deep, full speed. They clearing routes. The clearing routes becoming main routes now because they clearing out and they so damn open.
Yep.
But it's good to see Coleman get a TD, man. You know what I mean? That was big. Yep. I would like to see more out of him, but I think that when you get like Travis on the field and you get him in some one-on-one matchups, especially if a team is blitzing, I know that he can be pressed. He can run, so that's gonna be a problem. And he attacks the ball in the air. He don't wait on it to drop. He got great ball skills. That's what makes him tough as a corner because the ball in the air, he turned into receiver. So
I got a question, right? I'm gonna ask y'all before we roll up out of here. How fast you think that video, the video between Coach Prime and Coach Robinson, gonna get to ESPN to
it's already there. They already talked about it.
And
Sports Illustrated.
And Sharp.
Sports Illustrated. Yeah, it's already there. It's already there, bro.
Oh shit! It's gonna be
Eddie is not gonna listen. In the media eyes, he is not winning against Coach Prime.
Nah.
Because they ain't listening to none of that. And that's the first thing that Shannon Sharp gonna tell him. Brother, you don't know who you talking to like that? You don't know who you dealing with? You ain't gotta give him no hug. You ain't gotta give him no hug, but you ain't gotta jerk away. Just be like, man, good game and keep it moving.
You know that's right. Skip.
Skill.
Skip. You know what time does? Skip. I've been knowing time for a long time. Skip. Yeah, but even just what we're saying about the wide receivers, just to make it up, I'm just so not disappointed, but Weidman's got to play, man. He's a guy that, a basketball player, football player, he goes up and gets it, I just hope he corrects whatever he has to correct and just get on the field because they definitely need Weidman because Hooks wasn't really noticeable today. Had a few catches, but Powers, he dropped kind of like Powers, but he's.
I think audio going out, Brian. Yeah, Bama State. I'm about to say this. Bama State don't want that type of attention. They really don't want it like that.
Nah, man, they
ain't gonna want that. But he ain't gonna be called into the office of the AD. The president, he might get called into the office of the president. AD, nah, that's his boy right there.
No, they ain't gonna do nothing.
They really ain't gonna do nothing. So like I said, today is the birthday. Like I said, today I had the chance to go to work and hear the misery of all the Oklahoma fans that came into my store today. And which is saying that they had Lincoln Riley back. Talked about the game. I was watching, today's game, Jackson State, Bama State. Basically, we talked about a lot of stuff, but I had a chance to basically, like I said, to go to work, be able to live, have fun, come home, do the show. And you know what I'm saying? It's all love. It's all love. I thank everybody for being on the show today. I thank everybody for coming on to the show. This has been a good thing that I haven't had this many people come on the show since the Tennessee State game. I need to keep doing this on a Saturday night. So basically, if you haven't done that by now, like I said, bless the Cash App. My birthday is today. I will put the Cash App handle in the chat. It's on the ticker right now. So just letting everybody know this is the Cash App right here, and I'm gonna show it to everybody. If you want to bless it, go ahead and bless it. I don't mind. You know, me, I like to get cigars. I'm a cigar type guy now. So I go and hit, get a cigar and stuff like that. Thank you, AP. Thank you for coming on to the show. Thank you for coming in and chatting and being a good participant. Make sure y'all go ahead and like the stream. Make sure you become a member and subscribe to the hottest HBCU channel on YouTube right now. Make sure we already over 400, so we're going to try to get to 500. Make sure before you leave this stream to go ahead and subscribe so we can try to get to 500 subscribers. Once I get to 500, we're going to work on 600. Man, this is tedious, but this is the best thing that I know what to do. It's fun. I'm not even going to trip. I love it. But before you roll out, bless the Cash App, Venmo. I don't have Venmo. I have Zelle, PayPal. No matter what. Hey, it don't matter, But Monday, I will be doing the interview with Size Guthrie. That was supposed to be done yesterday. He had a family emergency yesterday. So I told young man we'll do it on Monday. He agreed to it. So y'all come by Monday. He is the he is the cornerback from Delaware State that's in the transfer portal right now. His recruitment is 100% open. So I need all my JSU folks to come in here and to let them know why you should go to Jackson State University, where on 1400 J.R. Lynch Street, you are treated as family and not as a number. All right. Other than that, like I said, game of the week next week is Alcorn versus Southern. So we'll talk about Alcorn and Southern. We'll still talk about Jackson State Bethune, but game of the week is going to be Alcorn and Southern. I will have another post. This is what I consider my post game show, where I call it the fifth quarter, because if you're a banghead like me, fifth quarter, that's where everybody stay. That's where you battle out and stuff like that. So, but it's my post game. So, we're gonna keep it like that. We're gonna keep it funky. We're gonna keep it trill. Anything you want to say, Brian?
Happy birthday and have a great night. And I'll see you on Tuesday.
Tuesday. All right. So for everybody that was in the chat, that's been in the chat, that came to view the show, thank y'all. Thank y'all from the bottom of my heart. Wouldn't be doing this without y'all. Give my shout outs to my wife. Even though she was in pain, she is the exec producer of this show. So she wants to make sure that we run them lights up. Make sure that everybody stays in check. Make sure everybody is on point. Be respectful to my kids. My baby girl came to see me at work today. Showed me her cheerleader video. So talking about my 7-year-old, she came to work today, and everybody that's been blessing me on Twitter and Facebook for my birthday, I thank y'all and I appreciate y'all. This is on all 3 platforms that I have, on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. So whenever y'all see this, I know y'all pay attention. I am, this is a blessing for me. Like I said, you only live to be 43 one time, y'all. Like I said this morning, I have been through some ups and downs in my life, but the good man upstairs has showed me the way, and I have overcame everything and persevered. Other than that, I'm gonna give a shout out to my best friend Jamie. She's on a cruise ship right now, but today is her birthday. Also, she turned 42 today, so that's my birthday twin. I give another shout out to my sorority sister, Destiny Seymour. She turned 36 today. That's the other birthday twin. Hope you had a good day. Hope you had a great day today. Shout out to all the HBCU content creators that do this for the love of it, not just for the money, but for the love of putting out great content. Shout out to I Love Jackson State. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be the type of man that I am right now. Thank God that we have a man like Coach Prime at our school, who is showing these kids the way and how to do it and how to rock out and be better men when you leave up out of here. Other than that, like I said, make sure you bless the cash out. But remember, like the stream, become the member of the hottest, livest YouTube show dealing with HBCU sports and culture content. Make sure you hit all the notification bell to get all things HBCU OverDrive. My name is Doc Holliday. This is HBCU OverDrive, 5th quarter live post-game show. We will be back on, I don't know if I'll be back on Sunday, but we'll be back on Monday with a whole new show. Like I said, Esias Guthrie will be on the show on Monday evening, 7:30. Come check that out. Ask all the questions you want to ask him. Make sure he feels at home. Everybody that's in Montgomery, make sure y'all be careful going back home to your respectful places. Even though you can say we had a rough day today as far as for the football game, this is Alabama State's homecoming. I want all the people from Alabama State to make sure that you be careful. Don't do nothing stupid that you won't. Don't do nothing that you won't do. That you normally don't do. All right, don't do nothing stupid. Don't have no unexpected homecoming pregnancies, babies, and stuff like that. All right, but until then, this is HBCU OverDrive Live, 5th quarter post game show on your boy Doc Holliday. We are out for now. See y'all on Monday. Peace. Oh, and make sure you subscribe. I'll let y'all. Peace.